the students have completed their Deloitte NLA exam by yesterday. So yes, guys, most of the people have got their assessment link on 4th, and few are the people, like I know my personally one of my junior, she is having her exam on 4th, but she was not able to give it, so she got a rescheduled exam mail as well, and she gave the exam yesterday. So I guess most of the students have completed this Deloitte NLA exam, and now the main thing that comes into the mind is what is the exam difficulty level, what I have to prepare next, how I have to clear the interview. So in this video, we are going to discuss everything, how you have to prepare for the interview, what will be the next round, how you will get the selection, how you will land this job. Okay, so without wasting time, we will move forward. And before that, I would like you guys to just hit this like button for this video and make sure to subscribe the channel if you're new in this channel. So what exactly it is for? Okay, so this session is mostly for those candidates who have already appeared in the Deloitte exam, okay, and now they are waiting for the results and interview calls, what will be the interview level, how it will be there. So everything in this video we'll discuss. And those students who want the clear idea of difficulty level, what will be the cutoff, and the next step, what they have to prepare. So we will discuss everything in this video. So the very first thing, the exam structure overview. So guys, already you have given the exam, you know very well what was the pattern. So in that, it was basically divided in two sections. One is MCQ section and the second one is coding question. So we will discuss what is the difficulty level, how many coding questions you should have made to get the interview calls, how many MCQ questions you should have attempted so that you can get a interview call. So I have breakdown it into small parts and we'll discuss. So the very first section, that was from the English section. So overall difficulty was easy. To be honest, guys, I have also seen this exam. So the difficulty level was very easy. They haven't asked much grammatical English. They have asked very general English. Questions were very straightforward. They haven't asked the difficult question. They are asking the straightforward question. No tricky vocabulary or confusing grammar. Just now I mentioned the grammar was very easy. So this section was very easy, and sectional time was also very sufficient because in English you just have to read and you have to mark. That's it. So most of the candidates found this section very comfortable. This I am telling you after analyzing the results, like analyzing the exam pattern from most of the students who have given. So accordingly, I am giving this cutoff. Okay. So the expected cutoff for this section is gonna be high. Okay, so if you are someone who have attempted it very well, then guys, don't worry, you will definitely get a interview call. But for those candidates whose English section was not that much good, for them also it's not a problem of worry, because to be honest, they won't consider section wise, they consider it as a whole. Okay, let's suppose if you haven't done very well in English, at least you have just done 50%, let's suppose 50-60%, then also you are okay. But if you have done very good at other sections, then your overall score will be good. Okay, so don't worry on that. Now the second section was reasoning and quantitative aptitude. So in this section, people found it difficult because yes, mathematics takes time to solve the question and time was not that much sufficient, to be honest. Okay, so 50-60% questions were very easy. They are just one-liner questions in which you have to just read and you have to answer. So remaining questions were easy to medium. This section was not that much easy. It was somewhat moderate. So topics were mostly from the basic concepts, percentages, time, distance. These kind of questions were there. No unexpected, difficult or time consuming problems. Yeah, just I mentioned, not that much difficult. And if you have prepared a standard reasoning and quants topic, this section was easily manageable. So for this section also, the cutoff is gonna be medium to high. Okay, not that much high, but for this section, the expected cutoff will remain from medium to high level. Okay, now comes the main thing, that is from the technical MCQ part. So most of the students found this section bit tricky. Why? Because there are people who are not that much good in technical things. Okay, so that's why for them it was like bit difficult. And in this section, we have seen the questions from OOPS concept, then output based questions will what's there, then SQL queries questions were there, then DBMS fundamentals were there, networking basics, cloud, HTML, all these questions were there. So overall the difficulty level was easy to medium for this section. Some questions were directly theory based questions. Sorry. People faced most difficulty in output based questions, but for the theory based, like just one liner technical questions, people haven't faced that much issue. Okay, so some questions were directly theory based and some were short but conceptually tricky. Just now I mentioned for the pseudo codes, it was a bit difficult. Okay, code snippet questions felt slightly time bound. Okay, so for this also, if you have at least attempted the questions and expecting around 22 to 25 correct answers, then guys, you are in a safe zone. You have a chance to get the interview. And one more thing, there is no negative marking in every section. Like every section is out of this negative marking zone. So attempting is major thing. So if you have attempted all the questions, there are huge chances because there is no negative marking. Okay, so yeah, if you have attempted around 20 to 25, your score is getting nearing around 20-25, then you are in a safe position. Okay, now moving further to the most important section, that is the coding assessment analysis. So yes, you won't believe it, but yeah, this is the thing. If you are giving any exam, let's suppose HCL, TCS, Accenture, any exam, okay, there will be two sections. One is non-technical and one is technical, that is coding. Okay, so most of the companies prefer the coding one. What I mean to say by the coding one, like let's suppose if you have scored bit less in your non-technical section, but you have attempted two coding questions proper correctly with all test cases passing, then 101% sure you will get the interview calls. Okay, so this is the mindset. This is actually the priority of the IT companies to give more focus on the coding assessment round rather than on the non-technical one. I know most of you people won't agree with me, so I don't really care about that as well, but this is the fact that I am telling you. Most of the companies focus more and more on the coding questions. Okay, so if you have made your coding questions correctly, like two coding questions with all test case passing, then your chances are very high, even if you haven't done good in your non-tech side. Okay, so two coding questions were there, and the total time limit was 25 minutes. That was very sufficient for anyone to code, basically, because the codes were not that much difficult. Okay, and difficulty really varied by shift. So yeah, some people gave at 4:30, some people gave at 7:30, so it depends on shift to shift. Okay, and both in some shifts both questions were very easy. Like one of my junior told me the questions are just from array and strings, that's it. And from someone I have heard it is a bit difficult in array itself, it was tricky. So this is totally depending on the shifts. I don't know why they are doing that, but yeah, that's it, this is it. In other shifts, some people say one question was easy, one was hard. So yeah, these are the outputs that I got from different people. Obviously, everyone have different perspective to see the questions. So this is what I see. So because of this variation, what will happen? Normalization is expected. You will ask what is this normalization? So I will clear this normalization in the upcoming next video, because this video is getting too much longer. Normalization is that, like, if someone got the easy question, they will get extra marks. Sorry, they will not get extra marks. But if someone have got the difficult kind of question, they will get some extra marks. Okay, that is called normalization. Now, what is the coding cutoff expected approximate? So if both questions are easy and you have to solve both the problems, then you are good. Okay, one easy question and one medium plus one full solution plus partial test case, then this is the thing, like, you have to expect. If question is difficult, 1 and 1.5 is sufficient. Both are easy, then you have to solve fully 2. Now, your cutoff will totally depend on the shift difficulty. This is the fact. Okay, now, result timeline and interview phase. When will your result will be declared and everything? So results are usually going to declare within 2 weeks, like 15 days they will take, and you can expect preparation on like 1 to 2 weeks you are having to prepare for the interview. So this is the interview preparation strategy that I have mentioned here. The communication skills, how you have to improve, and everything I will tell you in the next video. If you want me to cover that in our next video, how you have to prepare for your Deloitte interview questions, then do let me know in the comments ki Didi, yes, please make the video on that, because this is just the overview I have shown you, but in that video I will cover everything, how you have to prepare for the interview, and definitely the questions will repeat, because for fresher level there are now specific set of questions that are mostly asked to the interviews. So how you have to focus on your communication skills, because Deloitte is more of focusing on communication skills, because it is a consulting firm, so you should have good communication skills. Okay, so do let me know if you want me to prepare the questions, sample practice questions and everything. So yeah, do let me know in the comments. And yeah, final advice I would like to give you: don't panic, because cutoff is not in your hand. Okay, you have given your best, that's it. Now you have to start preparing for the interview. Now focus equally on concepts plus communication. Why I'm emphasizing on communication? Because just now I told you Deloitte really focus on communication skills, because it is a consulting firm. बहुत अच्छे लोग होते हैं वहाँ, भाई MBA की बंदे बैठे हुए हैं, ठीक है? So you should have a good communication skill. Okay, and be clear, structured and confident while answering. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and yeah, start preparing for the interview, and make sure you like this video, because if you find it a bit helpful, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll meet soon in the next video, in which I will make the preparation strategy for the interview for Deloitte NLA exam. Okay guys, till then, bye bye.